Welcome back to the Naturolls. We're going into, I have session 19. Is that correct for everybody? Session 19? Does that seem correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, none of us have that information in front of us, so we're going to trust you.
It is session 19.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
I'm pretty confident about it.
Pretty confident. All right.
Maybe start this all over.
Yeah. We return back to the Tater Tots. As they dive deeper into the temple, the secrets they learn are also more about themselves. So after finishing their recent fight, they found themselves once again bounded by visions, connection, and warmth when touching a symbol on the floor of a room. Bogha was taken aback by the warmth, connection, and seeming comfort provided by the potential of becoming Scorchborn, while Svetlana immediately recoiled from the idea. Svetlana asked Bogha to promise to kill her should she ever succumb to being a Scorchborn, while Sal and the rest of the Tots promised they would only find a way to save her. They found Wayon Thedwick, a wheelchair-bound elf who was ever optimistic about his own change to become Scorchborn. Wayon declared that he would be able to better himself and the world around him once he made the change. Sal was reunited with his long-lost friend Amira, who was trapped in the Scorchborn Temple. They grew up together stealing, sneaking, and simply surviving, and then they had immediately sought safety for one another as they met in the Scorchborn Temple. Amira was telling Sal to flee while he can. Sal, on the other hand, insisted on saving her. Much to everyone's surprise, including Bogha, she was able to grab Amira's hand and teleport her right out of the cell to provide her with her freedom, which, by the way, great moment. Well done, Bogha, teleporting Amira right out of that cell. The Tots moved to what looked like the final part of the temple behind an ornate, fancy door, and its inside was a seemingly perfect room bathed in white light. They saw Maz at the top of a staircase with some sort of priest, and she seemed fine until Yriel started stomping up the stairs, and then saw another vision of Maz strapped to a table. Svetlana readied an attack, unshockingly, chucked an axe to try to strike the priest down. Bogha also knew something was off, but then, as the illusion in the room fell, they found themselves in a room surrounded by flames, and a sudden sound of something wet flopping to the ground as one of Maz's wings was severed and hit the floor. The priest says, "Oh, dear friends, you don't know what you've started." And that's where we left off, everybody. So I believe the actual moment we left off with, for clarity's sake for everyone, is I believe Svetlana had chucked an axe. I think maybe hit the priest, but maybe didn't get a great firm hit, as I recall. And priest fell down, got back up, had to have a nice little one-liner as the priest got back up. And then we are kind of now again in a room where you realize that this was an entire illusion that had fallen right around you guys.
So how far away is the group from the priest?
Right now, I would say you're in. God, what am I going to say? What's beyond close range? Far?
Far.
Yeah, so you are in between close and far.
And we're all just basically at the entrance, and he's at the far end of the room.
So he is actually standing right towards the center of the room, and there's kind of like flames surrounding the center of the room. And then you actually, as you look, you notice that not only is there flames around the room, there is a table. Maz is strapped to it. You see a bloodied, now dead wing on the ground next to where Maz is. You see a couple of kind of like acolytes doing some sort of what looks like a ritual nearby. You hear some kind of like murmuring around Maz with these acolytes. The priest who had gotten up is just outside of the circle. And there is another kind of, what are they called? The kind of demonic like looking folks, ancestries.
Oh,
I can't remember the name.
Damon.
So there's like a daemon kind of standing just outside the circle as well, but on the opposite side of the priest.
And are we down a staircase from them, or was that part of the illusion?
That was part of the illusion. The entire room is actually flat. You can see it's level. And amongst the walls, there's flames just kind of like hanging out, sort of like the magical flames you saw earlier in the temple. Kind of like just sort of just hanging out. Again, it's a little off-putting because you're like, there's nothing feeding the flames. They just exist there. So it's very clear to you that they must have been put there by some magical means.
Was it the priest that chopped off Maz's wing, or was it one of the acolytes?
No, so you guys, that kind of happened as the illusion was dropping, so you don't know exactly who did that. You could probably surmise that since the priest is just outside and slightly further out, so not right next to Maz, that it probably was not the priest, but probably one of the kind of acolytes that are close by. There's two of them.
Okay. I'm assuming as we start the session, the axe is kind of returning back to Svetlana's hand, and she's going to grasp it and take a knee and do a prayer to Kor for guidance and help during this battle. So she's going to roll her 3 prayer dice for the session, and she's going to get a 1, 3, and a 4 that can be used to help with rolls during the session. So
the flames surrounding Maz with the acolytes seem to grow brighter and hotter and get more powerful.
Ooh.
Can I not do my magic? Is that going to make things worse?
I don't think things can get a lot worse.
Well, Maz still has 1 wing left, so I think it could get worse.
I think, regardless of Maz's wings, I think we just have to make sure Maz survives. And Sal pulls out his returning blade, snaps to his hand, and everybody else doesn't. And then Sal would like to take the returning blade, hold it to his chest, and he is going to attempt to make himself invisible.
Okay. Do it.
So that is a spellcast roll. And thankfully it is a very low difficulty, so hopefully this goes well, because I don't want my roll to be bad. 18 with hope. 18 with hope, and the difficulty is a 10. So
I think you made it.
Yes, I think I'm good. I will go ahead and mark myself as invisible. I will take a hope. And as of right now, no one knows where Sal is.
Anybody else want to act before I do?
How close are the cultists?
They would be.
How close are we?
So I'd probably say they're, because I guess actually technically, if they're not far, they're considered close. So I would say then they're close. So probably 10, 15 feet.
Okay. I'm going to move in to very close range, if I can.
Okay, you're going to attempt to move to very close range?
Yeah, and I'm going to try throw up a shadow bind.
As you walk up to get into very close range, I'm going to ask if you can make a presence roll. Presence reaction roll. So no hope and fear on this one matter, but roll your duality dice as usual.
Duality.
I'm setting the DC low at like a 10 because you also have arcane sense and you're all magic-y and stuff like that.
Oh, that's 14 total.
Perfect. All right. So you actually stop right before you finish getting to very close range, and you suddenly notice that there's essentially like a field surrounding these disciples in the middle. He's like, you kind of like maybe like sort of take a step back real quick because you realize you were about to just like bonk and like walk right into it. So you realize you can't physically walk through that particular area. So it's almost maybe like your sense is that it's like a dome of protection sort of surrounding them.
Crafty. It seems you have prepared for this.
So I kind of wave my hand across the field.
Mm-hmm. This immediately gets the attention of the priest, who you kind of just see sort of casually like walking, almost using his like staff as like a walking stick. Not like aggressive. Coming over towards where Bogha is, getting, still within close range, not very close. Says, well, yes, we've been expecting you for some time. We're always prepared for visitors. And then as you hear that, you have a couple things happen. The cults, kind of cultist, whatever, like, Scorchborn, that is, not Scorchborn, sorry. kind of like acolyte that's outside of the field, starts to turn their attention towards the flames nearby. And suddenly you see a flaming skull just directly emerge, just kind of like spontaneously out of the flames. And then Canderson, that's his name, introduces himself. My name's Canderson Joss.
Is that the one inside the? Is that the one inside the field or outside the field?
Canderson is going to be the priest. He's like the high priest is what I would probably call him. So that way you can kind of see he's just more important. He's got like a fancier robe. He's got like a fancy staff. Yeah, outside the field. Says, I'd like to welcome you to my humble abode. And then as he says that, the flaming skull turns towards Bogha and goes ahead and just goes like, pew! No, not like that. It goes like, and shoots out like a ball of energy directly towards Bogha, kind of like a flame, set of like flame energy.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Bogha,
yep.
Can I jump in? How far am I from Bogha?
You're close.
Okay. Can I? This is a story moment that I'm trying to pay off. So to be clear on that, do you remember on the boat when Sal stayed up all night practicing grabbing something with his tongue to like after Toko's death, he stayed up all night trying to like practice grabbing
throwing the sack of potatoes.
The sack of potatoes out of the way. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Can Sal attempt to do that to Bogha to move Bogha out of the way of this attack?
Ooh.
I know it's not technically a reaction, so you could say no, but I'm trying to appeal to your sense of this is a good story moment.
Now, my thought is you two are about the same size.
Okay.
And you're pulling him towards you, pulling her towards you, pushing her away.
Just simply trying to help Bogha avoid the attack, the skull that's flying at her.
Yeah. Give me let's
I know I got to roll for it, so I am okay with that.
Yeah. And this one won't be as easy as the last one. Let's go ahead and make it. I guess it'd be, I don't know. Well, you've got most on finesse. Let's just do finesse for fun. Doesn't even matter. You got +3. Let's see if the +3 gets you there. I'm going to set it a little higher, though. Let's make it 16.
Okay.
And by the way, you're currently invisible, correct?
Okay. This is absolutely one of my invisible moves. So
okay.
From Bogha's perspective, if this works, there will essentially just be something unseen, just yoink. So, well, the good news is those 2 4s.
Oh! Nice.
Hell
nice,
yeah.
nice,
That's
nice.
the way to start the rolling today. Thank you.
That is the way to start the rolling today. I mean, then at that point, I mean, what do you want that to look like, buddy? Like, I mean, do you want to throw an attack in there? I'm open to options just for funsies because you're also invisible.
So Sal is going to basically, as this flaming skull is what it was, right? A flaming skull is essentially coming from a torch off the wall. Or maybe not torch off the wall, flame off the wall towards Bogha. Yep. Sal is going to see this happening, and in a moment, he is going to reach out with his tongue. It's going to wrap around Bogha, and Sal saw what Bogha was attempting to do in terms of getting very close to people. Sal knows Bogha well enough to know that Bogha was attempting to use a spell. And Sal is actually going to move Bogha out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's okay with this, closer to the priest to put Bogha in that very close range. So, outside of the main objective of just making sure Bogha doesn't take this damage, it's just essentially repositioning Bogha in a strategic place.
Bogha, she good with that?
Yep. Bogha's okay with that.
Excellent. All right. So very deftly and successfully, seemingly nothing, right? Because you're invisible, shoves Bogha out of the way. Bogha ends up getting closer towards the priest, who kind of like stumbles, backward just like a little bit.
Does Bogha get wet from the tongue?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So a wet,
That's a very private
invisible
question.
thing.
and sticky. And then the blast of flame just kind of goes like, and you see it like fire out and just like narrowly misses going over Bogha's kind of like, I guess, like head and shoulder, maybe, as Bogha sort of just like ends up going right out the way. But Sal and the invisible tongue can just feel the heat of the flames going right above it, like, and like a little bit of the saliva like sizzles and turns to steam.
You hear from kind of nowhere. Ah!
Yep.
Now the question is the steam also invisible? Once it leaves Sal's body, do we see the steam, right?
Yeah, no, I think we should see the steam, just because that would be a cool, fun effect, because it's equally confusing and makes nobody knows what's actually happening. So it's perfect.
I love it.
And then the flaming skull just kind of, you can see it, because I mean, it's not like particularly intelligent, but at least has some wherewithal of like, attack the thing. And then you can see it's like kind of like freezes, which is really odd because it's a floating, flaming, magical skull, and kind of makes a face like, and then I'll turn it back over to the players, because nobody really rolled with fear yet, but I was, adding something in for fun.
I'm just going to do a small story thing that's not necessarily an action, but as Svetlana is on her knee praying to Kor, she's going to cry out like, "Why did you not protect Maz? How could this happen?" And she's going to hear Kor's voice saying, "That's why I sent you." And he's going to say, "I gave you the tools, my child. Use them." And she's going to, in her mind, have a brief like flash of vision of in the dungeon, the first time she met this group of people, when she found this little jar with a little sprite in the inside.
Oh man, talk about throwback.
Yeah, she's gonna hear it whisper, "I can help." And she's gonna dig in her bag and grab this corrector sprite and put it in her ear.
Good God. I remember reading once what that thing does, and then I completely forgot about it. It gives you advantage. All right.
Yeah, just for one attack per short rest. So she's just going to put that in her ear.
Does it say anything as it pops into your ear?
Well, it says, "I can help." And she puts it in her ear, and she's like nuzzling into the ear, making herself cozy.
I just picture this little thing going, "Core, core, core, core."
It's definitely like a little cheerleader in Svetlana's ear, for sure.
Nice. Okay. Anybody else? Because I was going to jump in.
Bogha is...
No. Oh, no, you're not.
Gonna slap your hands together again. Go like, "This sounds a charm." I just kind of tries to cast Shadowbind.
On the priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone in close range, very close range, which would probably be the priest.
Yes.
Unless anyone else is there.
No, so the acolytes are kind of still shielded, so it would not hit them right now.
That'll be a 12 with hope.
The shackles kind of start to pop up, and you actually just kind of see the priest quite literally just like goes like doop doop with his like staff, and they just like fade away.
Blast!
He's kind of like not even close.
Resistant to magic, eh?
Okay. What can I tell? What removed Maz's wing? Like, what? Who did that? Where did that come from?
Ooh, Yriel's mad.
Yeah, it is within. It is within. There's a table in the center of the room. It is within close range of where everyone kind of was standing, roughly speaking. But then, so you can't quite see other than the bloody stump that was where the wing was attached. You can just see a lot of blood on the table and blood on the floor. You do see a knife on the floor that is also kind of like, in a puddle of blood. You can't quite see who was holding it, but it is again where that you saw Bogha kind of run up to and then stop right where the kind of, you could call it like a ritual was in the center of the room.
Okay. So can I get to Maz? Is that, or is she in the shield?
She's in the shield. She's center of shield, right? With these acolytes. So there's like flame, and then there's kind of like what Bogha discovered, like an invisible barrier, right, of magic surrounding up above. So think of it like a dome going over top.
Okay.
But then the flames like surrounding it.
I can throw you, Yriel, if needed.
I appreciate
Do
you.
not throw them.
Would we be able to tell what the source of the dome, the protective dome, is?
I mean, you can try to investigate. I'm just, there was something just shooting flames and trying to fight you guys. So, I mean, it's probably not the best investigation time, but you can give it a shot.
Is what shooting flame outside the dome?
Yes.
Can I stab it?
Oh, definitely. You can stab that thing. It's a flying, floating skull. It kind of like has like a dumbfounded look, which is, again, really awkward because it's a flaming skull. But yeah, it's like within close range of you. You could certainly run over there and do the pokey.
Okay.
The hokey pokey?
No, not again.
That's what it's all about.
Around.
Dancing is
There you go.
prohibited.
I didn't realize we were in the town from Footloose.
Okay, I have one remaining token for strategic approach. So when I move within close range and attack the floating skull, make the attack with advantage. That's
Sounds good. So you roll a D6 on top of your duality dice. Yep.
Let's go.
Well, that's a 6.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is,
Nice.
19. Hold on. I can't count that high. Oh, 22 with hope.
Yes.
I suspect that hits. That's a hit.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
definitely, just tell me how you want to pokey poke.
Well, I think I've been carrying my sword, like, in hand, and then, I kind of lowered it because I thought Maz had been goofing off, and I was going to let her know. But, so, I raise my sword again, and now I see that she is not okay, and I need to get to her and lunge forward with a big slashing swipe at the floating, flaming head skull.
Yeah.
And that's 14.
That's a 14?
Yeah.
All right. You land, and are you doing like a stabby, a downward stabby, a
Wait,
slishy-slashy? Like,
it's fine. That's like straight overhead, like straight going for the top of this skull. I will cut it in half if I can.
You do so, and not only do you go directly through the skull, you're almost like shocked to discover that it just like poof, it goes away, gone, destroyed.
How? Okay.
And you see,
I want
go
witty
ahead.
parting shot, but nothing's coming to me. So. And stay down. There we go.
Insert quip here.
You see the high priest look over and sees what had happened, and he says loud enough for, the majority of pretty much everyone to hear, says, "You don't even know what you're missing down here with us. You could be so much more." And then you see him just basically take his like staff, and again he goes tap tap on the ground, and then nothing happens for a second. And you're like, wow, that's kind of weak sauce. And then I would like everyone to make an agility reaction roll. Everybody.
14 for Svetlana.
I got 2. They're both ones.
Oh.
Great.
Is that a crit?
Noise.
That is like the worst possible roll, except
Yes.
except it's a crit.
Except
However.
The devil's crit.
All right.
Sal got a 16.
You got a 16. Okay.
Bogha got a 13.
Hilo got a 21.
Whew.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah,
hold
we're
on.
supposed
Wait,
to
wait.
add our agility, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, and please
Okay, so
add
16 for
your-
me.
Oh, nice.
It's still a 13 for me.
Because she actually did her math correctly.
Remains a 13.
No, I have a +0 to agility. I have nothing.
Okay, so it is a reaction roll, so you don't get the fancy crit things, unfortunately, but you definitely do very well, obviously, so you don't get to do all the other thingies. So sorry, who has, actually, I guess what really matters is who has more than a 16?
16 or more than a 16?
16, more than 16.
Just Rianth. And
Just
Yriel. And Yriel.
Well, so Yriel, so Rianth and Yriel. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you actually just see literally, it looks like just flames begin to start to emerge from the ceiling in the room. And then they actually just literally like targeted, like almost like laser shots, just go like doof, 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 and start going after each and every one of you. And so everybody, except for Rianth and Yriel, take 16 damage. And then Rianth and Yriel, actually I'll say Yriel because you actually got a crit, even though I'm not supposed to. You somehow deftly just like dodge. I'm kind of almost picturing it like casually, like a sidestep, because I feel like that might be Yriel's style, where Rianth takes 8 damage.
Cha-cha real smooth.
Sorry, Hilo, I should say. My bad.
Can I ask 2 questions?
Yes.
These are rule questions.
Yes.
I have Rogue's Hope up, which is ends.
You're still invisible, right?
Yes. Those are my 2 questions. So Rogue's
Yep.
Rogue's dodge ends when an attack succeeds against me. And it sounds like this was going to succeed against me regardless, unless I rolled a crit. So does my Rogue's dodge end? It's okay if it does.
Did you have, because you rolled 16 was your reaction roll?
It was 16, so...
Yeah, so it needs to beat 16, so yes, that would end.
Okay, but also, even if I took half damage, would it still have ended?
Actually, yes, because it hits you regardless. It's just, do you take more or less?
Okay, yeah, see that...
Isn't it an attack, though? Or is it an area spell? Or area effect?
Good question. So it's actually an...
Because you didn't have to roll against my evasion to hit me here, is the reason that I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like, taking away my Rogue's Hope feature when nothing had to roll against it, like, feels odd, but I'm okay with it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page about it.
So it's considered an action.
Okay. Sorry, I know that's a tough question. That's why I asked, because
No, it's weird. It's weird. So what I'm thinking is, it doesn't say it's an attack. You did have to roll something, like you had to roll your reaction roll. I would say keep your Rogue's Hope going.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Okay. Then the other question I just had was, there's no attack roll.
Yeah, the invisibility.
I'm invisible, but yeah, okay. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't lose that. The Rogue's Hope.
Yeah, because it's also, I did read because the invisibility doesn't say anything other than can't be seen except for through magical means. And I don't know what magical means is, but it is like a magically targety thingy. Right. So I feel like it should still do something.
If you had to roll, it would be a disadvantage, but you did not have to roll.
Yes.
So okay, I just wanted to check. Like it felt a little unfortunate that there, like, an area spell could just take away my unique class feature with nothing I could do. You know what I mean?
It is also not an area spell.
Okay. Well, regardless of something that doesn't roll against me.
Yes.
Taking it away felt bad. So Sal is going to take the brunt of it on his armor. He's going to kind of like take it on the chest and the shoulder pad, but he's also still going to take an HP.
Mm-hmm.
Is the play still with us?
The play can go back to the players. That's fine.
Sal is going to move away from the group while invisible, by the way. He is essentially going to position around the opposite side of the dome in the room, if there's room.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of space. I mean, the room's probably 60, 50 feet across. And then on the opposite side, you would get closer to one of the other kind of cultists, the one that is because the priest is on one side. There used to be a flaming skull on the one side that's now gone. And then there's like a kind of another acolyte on the opposite side as well.
Okay. So Sal's going to position by the acolyte. And
Mhm.
then, so the room is like 50, 60 feet across. Am I right to assume the dome is kind of like the 30-ish feet in the 20, 30-ish feet in the middle?
Yeah,
Is that a
something
good
like
way? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Sal's just going to kind of position on the other side just in case there's a big group action that affects everybody again. Does moving across the room like this count as one of my invisibility actions?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You're not going that far, and it's not under duress, so I'm not.
Okay.
You know.
Just one check. That
I
is
have
me for now. So everybody else
a question on the physicality of the dome.
Mhm.
When Bogha ran into the dome, did it hurt her, or was it like a physical thing that she ran into, or
Bogha ran near the dome, but stopped before she touched it.
okay? Could I sense that the dome, like you could stand on top of it? I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
I mean, you're more than welcome to get up and try. I'm just saying, it's amazing. Everyone's terrified to actually touch this thing. I think it's because it's me, but that's fine. Every time people touch stuff in my campaign, things happen.
Well, I was first going to ask what Hilo.
I
was
wouldn't
doing
know
during all of
anything about
this.
that.
Svetlana,
Yes, Bogha.
would you be willing to try something with me?
100%.
I'm gonna clasp. We're gonna go over to Svetlana quickly and clasp her hand, and I'm gonna try blink us into the dome.
Ah, I love it.
Wait, sorry, you're going to try to teleport it into the dome?
I trust you
Yep.
implicitly.
She trusts you implicitly, and she has prayer dice.
True.
That is a 14, and that's a success because I need to hit 12.
Yes.
So me and Bogha just
Svetlana.
blink out of existence. Svetlana, sorry.
You and yourself
Me and Svetlana
and your-
just me, myself, and the other voices in my head
Yeah.
blink out of existence, and the next moment we appear into the dome beside Maz, just like surprise.
So as that happens, you suddenly I guess I feel like I always do this, but a few things are happening at the same time. You immediately get in and you are overwhelmed with the heat and the stench and the coppery smell of blood and honestly the feces and all kinds of things because poor Maz has been being tortured, and that is readily apparent. You're also taken back because you actually smell burning flesh, which is really concerning. And you actually see smoke beginning to emerge from Maz's body, particularly with the spot where the wing had fallen off. You hear the priest on the outside start to go, no! And you hear kind of like a scream coming from the priest. And then the two acolytes that are on the inside, it's actually kind of odd because even though you're now standing right beside them, they're moving as if on like a clockwork, like automaton. Like they're still, you just kind of hear like low murmurs of some sort of language you don't understand, where they seem to be continuing this ritual. And then you notice Maz sort of writhing a bit on the table, and you start to see some cracks begin to emerge from her skin.
Can you do that again, Bogha? Can you get her out of here?
I'm not sure how many more I have. I think I can get it. I have enough for maybe one other person.
Just take her.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I will get out.
For your sake, I hope Cora's with you.
And I
Me too.
grab Maz's hand if I can.
It's actually hot to the touch.
I slightly recoil from the heat, then grip on tighter, and then
Steam's emerging from your, sticky, kind of wet hand.
Can I, as she is touching Maz, place a hand on her as well and endure that pain and spend 3 hope to use my Seraph Hope feature to clear a hit point on Maz?
You can. You very much can. Very interesting.
Okay.
So there's a few things happening, which I always enjoy.
You gotta stop
Bogha-
saying that exact sentence.
I do. Sorry. Bogha
it's a
seems
catchphrase.
unhappy with her role.
Add
Well,
a 4 to it
I
because
wouldn't say
I'm praying
unhappy.
for you.
Mm.
I got 2 1s.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't add the 4. The second double
Very
one
nice.
of the session.
Wow.
Amazing.
Weird. So
Snake eyes.
clear, right, take a hope, clear what is it? A stress. And so I guess you should probably keep your prayer die.
Yes.
That's
I will
fair.
keep my prayer die.
And wow. Okay. So you're also healing Maz at the same time.
Yes.
If by contact, and that was a crit, can I accidentally take a third person?
Nice.
Meaning you want to take
Amazing.
Svetlana?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Ooh.
That's a crit. You get what you
Is
want.
That's
for a little
Svetlana
amazing.
okay
extra.
with that?
That's amazing. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all of them. Like,
I love the idea that Svetlana doesn't know this is gonna happen. She's just reaching in to heal and then she's just gone.
I'm like, what? Yeet.
and then we appear back by the entrance. Yes.
Yeah.
Behind
No,
Hilo.
Yeah. Woo.
Behind Hilo.
Yeah,
All right, you
behind
got
Hilo.
it. Yeah. So that happens as you still hear kind of the end of no from the high priest, who is basically witnessing this entire thing happen. And then as you all teleport out, suddenly there's just like a whomp, and the flames that are around the center of the room just like disappear entirely. And it's especially strange because now you've got Bogha teleported, Svetlana and Maz, bloodied Maz, gross Maz, right, out of the shield. There are 2 acolytes now who kind of snap out of it in the middle of the room, almost like they were sort of in like a kind of trance state. And tell me, Svetlana, a little bit more of you lay your hands to heal Maz. You are teleported somewhere else, and then you kind of open your eyes and realize like what happened. But then what is that feeling like as you try to heal Maz? Is there something you think about? Is there something that you are really kind of focused on? You can tell because she's not just a little bit wounded; she's significantly wounded.
I think as I touch Maz, the skin on my palms is sizzling from like being burnt from Maz's skin. And she basically has the same feeling that she had when she touched the sigil in the floor in the previous room, where she gets that warmth that reminds her of Core, but is corrupted. And it feels good. And she feels the energy leave her hand into Maz's arm, and she releases and looks at her hands just like in disbelief, trying to comprehend this feeling that keeps happening to her.
If I may, as that feeling overtakes you, you suddenly are kind of taken back to a time in your life where you had felt the warmth of Core, and one of the things that drove you towards Core. And could you think about what one of those times might look like? Like what would be maybe a memory of some sort, or even a general feeling of how that looked for you?
Well, I was on my way to the market to sell some of the farm fresh produce that my family had farmed over the years. and stored up and canned, and just an assortment of produce and things. And I had a cart behind me that I was pulling, and it was icy. This is the best time to sell the produce because it's is in the middle of winters when everybody needs this stuff that we've been storing. And so I was traveling along the ridges, and I slipped on the patch of ice, and the cart pulled me down, and I fell, and I broke my ankle, actually. And as I fell, a avalanche of snow cascaded down the ridge on top of me, burying me underneath the snow. And as I lay there, getting colder and colder and colder, I reflected back on my life, this life I'd spent farming and pulling the plow for years and years and years, wondering, isn't there more to life than this? Can't I get out of here? And I realized there is more to life than farming, than staying in my one-horse town. And and I prayed out to whoever would listen that they would give me a second chance. And as I did this, I felt a warmth growing in my chest, and I heard a gentle but firm voice speaking to me, saying, "My child, here is my warmth. Go and spread my light." And as the warmth grew throughout my chest, and this little orange tinged fur started growing and growing and growing, the snow that was encapsulating me started melting and melting and melting. And eventually I lay on the ground with nothing but grass underneath me. And as I looked down at my ankle, I saw the bones mending, and I felt the pain receding, and I stood up. And that was the first time that I felt the warmth and the light of Core. And I devoted my life to spreading that good news.
And as, if I may, as you get towards the end of that vision, is it fair to say maybe you would see sunlight coming down from above?
Yes.
Suddenly the sunlight is occluded, like blocked by something, and you wonder if it's like a cloud, but then you notice it's actually not a cloud, and then you realize it's like some sort of like bird, but it's throws you off because it's too big. Like birds aren't really usually that large. Some of them exist, but it's so huge. And then you suddenly realize that indeed this thing has as large feathered wings, but it is not a bird. It is now a large and strong and powerful fairy that you somehow recognize. And these wings are absolutely enormous. And she flies down and lands beside you. And it is Maz transformed, now as tall as you are, with huge feathery wings. And you see a glowing warmth and light coming from her chest as well. She doesn't say any words, puts her arm on your shoulder, and it says, "Thank you. Thank you."
Svetlana bursts into tears. Maz! What happened? How are you like this? I don't understand.
As that happens, suddenly you go, boop, click. And it's like you go back to the room that everybody was in. You look down upon you, and then you see those hands again in front of you. And then as you look down, you see Maz on the ground, but it is not the Maz that you've known. Now again, Maz is much bigger, well over 6 feet. Feathered wings sprouting from both. One of the wings fully replaced. The other one now the same size to match. And she starts to sit up and says, I feel the light. I feel the light. Thank you. Thank you.
What just happened? Maz, what happened?
Maz looks around, is like, I don't exactly know. I gotta be honest. This is all a little bit new for me too. Sometimes fairies can go through these like transformations at some point in their life. I thought I kind of already did one, but cool. I don't know. My toe feels great.
Are you healed? Are you hurt?
Looks around like I think I'm good. Ooh, these wings feel great. And like flaps them a little bit. And then kind of just like pivots though and looks back and is like, oh, looks over and is like, this all stuff is still happening. Sees everybody else, sees the flames. And then suddenly as the priest kind of like stops and is like, well, it looks like there's one more we need to deal with. It's a shame you didn't join our side. You know, Coors Light works in all different ways. Let me show you what Coors Light can also do. And you see suddenly the one adept, or the adepts, sorry, that were like in the middle, they begin to simmer and transform, smoking, skin cracking. The priest itself, who was like, kind of like, you know, sort of looked like a kindly old, like orcish kind of person, like, you know, like, oh, like whatever, like probably not very harmful, literally just actually fades. And now you are left with a rather large and very angry looking fungrel, actually. But the fungrel is such that there's like spikes coming up from the top of the head. The staff is all the larger. And now you have two acolytes that, to your eyes, look very Scorchborn. And the priest simply says, you know, well, I guess now we'll have to play the game like this. You may become Scorchborn, whether you like it or not. And I'll throw it back to the players, everybody.
I want to know what Hilo is doing during all of this as we cower behind him.
I want to know what we were all doing for the 2 minutes while Svetlana just stared into the distance, remembering stuff. We
So,
all just
and actually,
I
sorry.
assume it was
Yeah.
quick.
I know.
So sorry. I was going to say, for clarity's sake, that I would say that vision seemed to last much longer for them, but it was really moments.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I just like the idea of all of us kind of just stopping and be like, no. She's having a she's having a flashback. Give it a minute. It's gonna pay off, and then
She'll be back.
Bogha was just thinking it was the side effects from teleportation.
Ooh.
Bogha's like, did we break something?
Teleportation sickness. It's awful.
It's not an exact science. Or science at all,
Side
I
effects.
suppose.
Side effects may include sprouting feather wings.
Exactly. Yep. You never know these days. Anything could happen.
You hear from just nowhere, Sal goes, Bogha, what did you do to Maz?
I don't know.
We'll figure it
I'm
out
picturing-
later. Hilo.
Picturing Bogha looking at her hands like, did I do that? Whoa.
I actually
Yeah.
got to be honest. I've pictured it more like, did I do that?
Oh no.
I don't get it.
Oh, it's a 90s
No, sorry. It's a
right?
90s TV show
Sitcom.
called Family Matters, and it's got
Yeah.
Steve Urkel, and that's a Steve Urkel thing. It's no offense. Sorry, Bogha. I didn't mean to. Hopefully, I didn't upset. My kid was watching it for a little while, and I was like, wow, this was the thing. It was like super popular. So
I
Yeah.
have an
Wow.
odd feeling that show probably did not travel across the world.
Yeah,
would be my, that would be my guess.
Yeah.
That was probably an America show.
Likely.
Basically, it was a bumbling nerd who would knock things over and do stuff, and then go, "Did I do that?" See, now you got the whole reference.
I
Yep.
see. You call me a nerd? How?
Not just a nerd, a bumbling
I'm so
nerd.
glad I
Bumbling
got the
nerd. You come on, get it right.
Even better.
Hilo's honestly been like staring around, and for a little bit he was like surreptitiously writing in that little notebook he always carries, like in the middle of this very tense situation.
I knew he was going to be taking notes.
And then he like slides the pen into a slot in his arm, or the pencil, whatever he's writing with, and points at the very obviously Scorchy-borny people, and says basically, "We can do to these what we did to the last. Even if there's no ocean here at the moment, we will extinguish these false flames." And he's using his rally to give everyone a D6 rally die to start off here. And when I say start off, obviously we're not starting, but you know.
No, well done, sir. I like that. That was good.
Yes.
And he then turns and points to the priest, the guy who seems to be in charge, and asks, "I assume you wish your remains cremated." And he's actually taunting with his troublemaker roll.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I make a presence roll against them. Presence is a 17 with fear for the GM. Enjoy that.
17 with fear.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you.
19,
Thank you. Thank you.
19 with fear.
19 with fear. No, you succeed.
Oh, excellent. Then I get to roll 2d4s, and you get to mark. He gets to mark stress equal to the higher roll. Wait, where's my other d4? Where'd I put it? Oh no! Don't you hate when you lose a d4 because you're pretty sure you're going to step on it?
God, yeah, they're the worst. It's the worst.
The Lego of dice.
Since they're both 2s, you get to mark 2 stress, I guess,
Got it.
on that high priest.
What was his
And
name?
unfortunately, I roll with fear, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Was there a quick question?
He had a name. It was Car something. I'm so sorry.
Canderson.
Canderson?
Carl.
Canderson.
We're going to
Carl
call him Carl. from
Carl
now on.
Canderson.
It is not
No,
Carl
he cannot.
Wilson, whatever it is. No, Canderson.
My brain was thinking Carmody, and then I was like, that's from a
That's Jen.
Stephen King book, so that can't be it.
No.
Sorry.
So then the Canderson kind of, you see, sort of starts to look over and is like, ashes will not be made of me on this day, good bard. And then we will, I guess actually we should clarify some stuff. So you guys, I guess, actually everybody but Sal is basically in a clump, correct?
Not if that benefits you.
I don't think
I'm pretty sure actually everybody but Sal and Uriel are mostly in a clump.
Yeah. Sal and
And
Yriel are
Pazu.
not, and Pazu, but the other two are literally behind Hilo at the moment. I don't know how far behind. They just said whatever their distance was. I assume they took.
I'm
We were
assuming
near
now
the
that
entrance.
getting Maz as
Okay.
far away as they could, but
Mhm.
that may be an assumption on my part.
Yes. I think Bogha had said by the entrance to the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
they're actually a little further back than. I don't remember how far we went in at the beginning, but we didn't stop at the entrance. We charged forward.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to add in my lovely little countdown. That's gonna go great.
Oh, no.
So let me get that going.
Not a
And,
countdown.
no, I
It's the
love a
final countdown.
countdown.
Oh no, can't get copyright struck.
And
now you actually just
sued.
see. Now you just see actually Canderson goes up to kind of the clump, and when I say goes up though, it's not even just like a walk, because Hilo just got done that taunt, and Canderson essentially just like blinks like in and then out, and then just reappears within very close range of everybody, because they were probably only close before, so I'd say they fairly easily close that gap. We're just gonna do the thing. Let me see. Okay. So Canderson actually doesn't even do anything with the staff. You just see flames begin to emerge from the staff, almost as though the flame is a bit of a kind of like flamethrower. And this is targeting everybody within very close range. So let me just look at my map for reference to get an idea. Yeah, no, so that would be everybody, I think. Except for Yriel and
to
Sal.
stand in the way if I can with my shield.
To block
Using
everybody?
the I'm Your Shield ability. I don't know if I can block multiple people with that. It just says when an ally within very close range would take damage, you mark a stress to stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack instead. So
my recommendation would be to block for Maz.
okay, because she's probably already hurt.
Yeah.
Although, did she heal whenever
unless
she transformed?
Bogha has an opinion.
None that would
say,
change anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that, to be honest, when you looking at Maz with those beautiful new feathery wings, she's looking pretty good. She's looking pretty healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Okay. I
did
think my
go ahead
instinct
and
will be to protect Bogha.
Bogha, okay. I did roll a 14, which I believe hits everybody in that little clump of Bogha, Hilo, and Svetlana.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That means we will. See, that wasn't even very good. So the flames begin to shoot out, essentially like a flamethrower. We do have Svetlana blocking Bogha, right, to take damage on Bogha's behalf, and the flames just start to shoot out. And each, so then it would be Svetlana and Hilo take 15 damage, and that would be.
I will also say I should take a stress to do the I Am Your Shield ability, but I actually have natural calm with my Furbolg ancestry.
Yeah.
And so on a 6 roll of a d6, I don't take it, and I rolled a 6. So yeah. So I'm just gonna take the 15. I'm gonna mark an armor slot and an HP to minor damage.
So Hilo is going to also mark an armor slot and take his second HP of the day, since the first thing I think I might have forgotten to say.
And then the two acolytes actually go ahead and close in side by side with the priest and go to close the gap, kind of getting up all next to each other.
Did the dome drop?
Oh, yeah, dome's gone. That was at Wump earlier.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Got it. Okay. I
think I said that, but yeah.
You might have, and I might have just missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah. And then as these two acolytes close the gap, you see one of them actually just suddenly pulls from its side. It's like a nice, little, like, not mini scythe, but like a handheld scythe, so it's not like got the big long Grim Reaper-y scythe, but it's
a sickle, like perhaps.
Like a sickle. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you. A nice little sickle. And since Hilo happens to be front and center, just goes ahead and takes a swing at Hilo, and I believe a 19 would be enough to hit.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, so 19 and... Oh, God. Sorry, I'm not prepared with all my dice over here. So that would be 11.
I will use my... because that would be the major damage threshold, right? So it would be 2 normally.
It meets the minor damage threshold, so meets beats, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I will use my 1 prayer die to reduce it to 10, so that it's only minor damage.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
And then I will pass the play back to the players there, as well as Canderson. Sorry, just real quick. Says, if you would join us, this would be over all the more quickly.
If I move into position to be very close to Canderson,
you can do that. It's not an action. You'll still be invisible.
Right. Would I also be very close to the acolytes now that they moved up to Hilo as well?
They are very Reign of Blady friendly.
Glad you know where I'm going with this. So Sal is going to silently, nobody will see this. Sal is going to silently walk up within range of the acolytes and Canderson, and from nowhere, a shower of blades will attempt to strike each of the three. And interestingly, you've not seen this before, but the blades are purple, which they typically have not been.
What color
Fancy.
are they normally?
They were normally matching his cloak, so a dark black, almost like just darkness. So, all right. How do you feel about a 23 with hope?
I think that hits. I think you're good.
Okay.
So, I mean, Canderson attempts to pay attention, kind of has like this magical sense of like something happening, but then is not able to kind of react in time.
How many? Okay, so couple questions based on the rogue abilities. Am I considered hidden when I'm invisible?
Yeah, it's weird because it says that that's like, it seems to suggest that's two different things, which is very strange. But I think that, right?
Well, I think it's because you can be hidden but not be invisible.
Not
so you
invisible,
can be hiding
but I
behind a
think-
box.
yeah.
So the
Mhm.
question is, does the invisible grant you the hidden?
Yeah, I would say
Status as
reasonably
well.
it must.
Okay, I was
Yes,
going to say I am
reasonably
out of
must.
sight from foes, and they don't know where I am.
Yeah.
So I am.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't gonna fight it. I just more
Okay.
like it just seems
Yeah,
strange.
no,
that they're
no,
not
I
like,
get it.
invisible
That's-
is also hidden.
That's why I asked. So
Yeah. This is your last invisibility action, I believe, correct?
yes, this would be my last invisible action. So as these purple blades begin to spin out from Sal, he is visible. And I will be rolling 2d8, 2d6 plus 6 for each enemy I hit.
If only you would have gotten double ones. You should have just gotten double ones.
I know, I was working on it, but what can you do?
Yeah. We can't have it all.
For shame.
That's 23 damage to all of the enemies that I hit.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta read a couple things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Insert elevator music here.
How much was it again?
23. By the way, I said wrong. I said 2d8, 2d6 plus 6. It was plus 2, so it doesn't matter. But just for clarity's sake, I didn't give the wrong number, but I did say the wrong modifier.
Okay. So, the Canderson, like, kind of puts arms up and sort of like tries to block itself. And as that happens, though, you actually see both of the kind of like acolytes sort of actually like leap in front of Canderson, and they don't physically take attacks from the blades, but they put their arms up as well. And then as they do so, you just kind of see the blades land and kind of like are drawn towards the acolytes. And then the acolytes take actually all of the hits from the blades. And then the acolytes suddenly it's like doom, 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 and like, oh, they got hurt. They got hurt bad. And Canderson, is actually is untouched, and then looks down and says, say nice job, my Scorchborn brethren. And you rolled with hope, correct?
I did.
Yeah. So I'll leave it with you guys.
Okay.
Do I get the sense that the acolytes? I'm so sorry, Yriel. Do I get the sense that the acolytes took more damage because they took the damage from Canderson, or is it because I'm just curious? It's more of a flavor thing. Like, do I get the sense that happened?
No, you got the sense that they definitely took damage. It's more you got the sense they took damage and Canderson did not.
One check.
Yeah.
Okay. Yriel backs up a little bit, holds her hand out to Pazu, telling him to stay still, and takes a running start and jumps onto Pazu's shoulders and boosts through the air, marking a stress to perform an aerial attack against Canderson while, he's still busy gloating over taking no damage from the rain of blades. And that is... And then it's with advantage. I have rolled that one away. And I have the rally die. That's 23 with fear.
Well, thank you. And then that definitely, Canderson is not prepared for the leaping Yriel through the aerial Yriel, coming at it. It's Yriel. Yep, the Yriel.
Aerial
coming
Yriel.
out of nowhere.
This is going to play real well on the podcast.
Yep.
I think it does.
Okay, so it hits that is 18 damage.
Okay. And you're the one jumping off Pazu to pokey
Correct.
stabby. Okay.
Yes. No hokey pokey.
No hokey. And what are you trying to do? Like, is this going to get another nice little overhead slash coming through the air?
Oh yeah, because this one it's a full aerial attack, so she's like coming down from above with her sword out in front of her, trying to cut through the Canderson as well. It's good for the skull. It's good for the priest.
So you slash the sword directly down Canderson, and it does not penetrate nor make a dent. Canderson actually looks down and says, "You don't understand the power of core." And you rolled a fear, correct?
I did. I was hoping for hope.
And so Canderson actually turns towards now. So let me see. So Sal and Yriel, and basically everybody's kind of like right there ish. Now, fair.
Yriel jumped off of Pazu, so isn't she closer to where the priest is?
Yeah, but I mean, you guys. So I guess you guys would be a little bit further out, right? Yriel will probably be like right, maybe melee range or something, right? Because you just did the sword slash.
Yes, it specifies that I land within melee range.
With the melee range, okay.
I'm Sal's a little further out than that, but yeah, we essentially reclumped for the most part, so I'm sure that'll go well.
I mean, it can't go bad. The Canderson actually just takes the staff, and suddenly with Yriel directly in front of Canderson, you see him just simply bring it directly downward, attempting to just smash it right at Yriel, right on top. Trying to make a hit, close range, and Yriel once again just deftly dodges, and they totally do not land. And then you see after that doesn't land, the priest does the same thing as before, and suddenly takes the staff, holds it kind of sideways, and then allows flames to begin to emerge from that once again. And going for, I guess Yriel dodged out of the way, now trying to hit Sal and kind of hit everybody. Let me see if I got an idea of how close that goes. Yeah, so I mean,
how wide of a cone is that? Because I would assume that Hilo and I, based on positioning, would be a pretty different direction. But
yeah,
okay. If it's a wide cone, I just wanted to check. But like,
it doesn't really specify, but I think that's fair. So let me say, actually, maybe it'll go more towards Sal because of the rain of blades that just happened.
That would make perfect sense. I just wanted to check.
And isn't he tormented or taunted?
Oh,
that's that.
We did
provoke taunt/provoke.
We did decide that taunting did have to prioritize. And I just
then he wouldn't have tried to attack Yriel.
Yeah, well, that missed anyhow, so that's fine. So I'll go with then we're just going after Hilo again. We're trying to burn Hilo's face off, but for poor Hilo, I rolled exactly a 12, and so that hits.
That does hit.
Dang it, you should have gone for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I am your shield again?
Yeah, no, you
Since
can jump
I'm
up. That's fine.
Close to Hilo. This time
Yeah.
I will take a stress.
Yes. And so that would be a 17 to hit with the lovely
hits.
flames spurting out of that thing. Oh, no, sorry, 17's the damage. It already did the hit.
Oh no.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Does a 12 hit you,
is
Svetlana?
2. Yes.
A 12 was
Oh.
going
I
to
have an
hit.
8
Yeah, it hits
evasion.
both.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Since I'm using I am your shield, I can take as many armor slots as I want. So I'll take 2 armor slots, and then you just see it like the flame basically goes around the shield, just like envelops, and like you see like a clear space behind the shield, and the shield is kind of like singed, and it's not doing too well. The shield is not.
Despite this, Hilo, like once the flame's gone by, Hilo actually like stumbles in front of Svetlana, making a big show of and falls to the ground in front of her, rolling over a couple times because he's using his bard hope to make a scene and reduce
Playing dead.
the -2 penalty to the priest's difficulty.
Nice.
Nice.
And he's still like moaning on the ground, like being very dramatic and theatrical.
And as Hilo's doing that, Svetlana behind him is going to cast Bolt Beacon and say, no one uses the light of Kor against my friends. And so she's going to cast, which is a 16 on the hope, 10 on the fear. So that's 26 plus 3.
16 on your hope die? That's
Wait, how is that?
That might be the wrong die.
That's definitely the wrong.
I was like,
Thank you.
Unless.
Yep. That's definitely wrong. Okay, so this is very different. 3 on the hope, 4 on the fear.
Ooh.
So that's 7 plus 3 is 10. And I'm going to go ahead and add my prayer die. The 4 prayer die to make it 14.
That hits.
Okay, so on a success, I spend a hope. So I use a hope, and I will deal 2d8 plus 5 magic damage. That's 2, 5, 7 plus 2. Oh, wait, 2d8. Yeah, plus 5. So
12.
Thank you. 12 magic damage. And then the target will become temporarily vulnerable and glow brightly until the condition is cleared.
And how much damage was it?
Should be 12.
12. So the priest is indeed vulnerable, glowing, and you can tell that the priest is vulnerable because now they're kind of lit up like a Christmas tree. Holiday season, everybody. But the damage that you were seeking to do does not land. The priest is untouched.
Oh, so he is resistant to magic damage. I will relay this to my friends and be like, every time we try to hit him with magic, it doesn't seem to work.
Yriel couldn't hit him with...
Yriel yells, I tried to hit him with my big ass sword, and it didn't work.
Oh, so maybe we need to kill something else first, or...
So everybody in this room turns to face the 2 acolytes.
As that happens, you see the acolytes
And there's
hold
a daemon.
up their scythes happily. The daemon was kind of actually, let's even say, eliminated when the thing went womp and went away. Was kind of like killed with or disappeared with the flames that were surrounding it.
Okay.
Was that with you with hope, correct?
That was with fear.
That was a fear? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then we've got our 2 wonderful acolytes there who are not bound by any particular thing, correct? They didn't get taunted. It was just the priest.
Yeah, I can only taunt one, I think, is what that says. Basically, an enemy. So
What was the result of your make a scene? Is that just the priest as well?
A target. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
One of the acolytes just simply raises the scythe up and goes to attack Yriel. Again, Yriel deftly dodging, as she almost always does. That squishy. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah. Squishy Yriel. Dodgy. And then the other... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That was a hit. I'm wrong. I think. Hold on.
No, you can check again. That's okay.
Can I also just say, as part of my turn, I had moved, because I think logistically I would have moved if I've gotten hit several times when
yeah, that's fine.
in this clump of people, and I'm starting to hurt a little bit. So
yeah.
I'm gonna move off.
That
to the
one
side.
was a 19 Yriel, so that would hit.
It would.
Yeah. All right. So we've got the scythe coming down to slash Yriel and just barely nicks Yriel, doing only 3 damage. 7 damage.
So that's minor damage, right? Mark 1 HP. She hisses from the pain and then shakes it off.
And as Yriel's trying to shake off the pain, the other disciple takes a swipe at Yriel from the other side, running up to her, slashing and connecting with a 22.
Jeez.
Yeah. And doing 9 damage.
Did it come from beyond melee range?
No, I would say, because I feel like you landed there. I think they were all kind of close in a clump in that melee range, and then they both would have been all close by. The acolytes were all kind of clumped up right with Canderson.
Okay.
If that sounds fair. I mean...
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
So then the second one would do 9 damage.
We'll mark another armor slot.
Okay. And then...
I also...
Make that non-existent damage.
If you wanted to use your rally die, you could, and I could also use my prayer die to reduce it, but if you...
Oh, it's okay. I used my rally die earlier.
Oh, okay.
To make sure that my attack hit that did no damage.
Yeah, I used my advantage for that too.
And then you see Canderson turn towards Hilo and goes ahead and looks into Hilo's eyes and asks and says, think about the power you could have. Think about the greatness you could bring to the world. And basically trying to kind of get into Hilo's head a little bit, and get Hilo to try to think about, some of the strength and the things that you could do with, the power of the Scorchborn. And if Hilo could make a... Let me see. What do you have best thing on? I hear you're ready with the math rocks. A presence roll for me. Presence reaction roll.
That is a 23.
Ooh. Oh, wait, God. No, 20, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, 23.
No, not even close. Not even close. That is not successful, even anywhere near where I would need it to be. So the priest doesn't convince you of a dang thing. I don't know if you have a particular line or reaction to what the priest fed you, or if you just kind of brush it off.
Hilo's been trying to roll forward towards these people with his moaning, flopping around, dying death scene. Is he within melee range of any of these folks, the acolytes or the priest at this point?
You could probably roll over into melee range if you want.
Okay. So he's going to stand up, and when he stands up, he's not spry and jumping up. He's literally having to put his fist down on the ground, lever himself up with kind of a creaking sound, because he's been actually quite injured so far. And as he's lifting to his feet, he says, "I can already do enough. Thanks." And he marks his stress and creates a rune circle on the ground around him. So all adversaries within melee range or who enter melee range take 2d12 plus 4 magic damage and are knocked back.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. All right.
Woo.
That's good. That's good.
And good line, too.
Yeah. All right. So that is going to hit all 3 of them. So give me a damage roll.
Oh, come on.
Aw.
It's only 11. Oh, wait, 12.
I mean,
Sorry.
You added the +4?
Yeah, that's with the +4.
Oh, God. You said it was
That's
11?
what I said. Really? Okay.
Yeah. So the magic, I guess, kind of pops up from the ground.
Yeah. So there's basically instead of a dome, there's just a glowing line on the ground, basically.
The 2 acolytes literally fall down to one knee and just like barely catch themselves, each one of them. Almost, it's odd, it almost seems like they're in the same exact kind of state, barely able to kind of like keep themselves up. So they're barely able to kind of remain half standing. They're on one knee with one hand kind of like supporting them. Canderson, however, still does not take a hit. Does not appear to get hurt at all. Just kind of like sort of laughs it off and looks down below as he sees the acolytes sort of take damage beneath him.
Are the acolytes pushed back, since they're knocked back from Rune Ward? Are they pushed back into Sal, who is kind of behind? Like the way I picture the scene, because I was hoping.
Because everybody gets knocked back a bit, but yeah.
As I was hoping that one of them would just be pushed into Sal and he would just be able to shove his blade.
A little stabby stab?
Just shove his blade into one of their backs. Is that a possibility that we can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say so. Let me... How about this? Give me an agility reaction roll. And because of what's happening, they're kind of like flying backwards. You get +2 on agility, so that should certainly help.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I want you to clear. Let's go with like a 12, because I mean you're adept, you're kind of ready, you're quick, and that's not
okay. I hope this hits because I have a line and I want to use it. So we'll see.
Well, if I knew that, I could have made the DC lower.
Bless your dice.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a 20.
Oh God. I want to hear this line. Is it Merry Christmas, you filthy animal?
No, as the acolyte hits Sal like puts an arm around him and shoves the blade into his back and just says, "Oh, have you not seen the Rune Ward? That's Hilo's signature." Calling back to the time where Sal was walking around the pier trying to sell
his signature.
Yeah,
okay.
trying to get everyone to
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it.
It's a callback. It's going to play for so many people. They're going to love it. They're going to love it.
I picked up what you were putting down.
I appreciate it. I thought about that for a while.
I'm now going to, whenever I do the Rune Ward, it's going to have my name in the runes.
Spelled out in runes.
Spelled out in the runes. Thank you very much for adding that flavor to my spellcast.
Was that with hope or fear?
It is a reaction roll, so it shouldn't be anything.
Reaction roll, so it's neither.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I roll?
And by the way, that disciple drops dead. Acolyte.
Okay.
Done. So one is down, one seems barely up. Yeah.
Svetlana is just going to do like a quick dash over to Hilo and place her hands on Hilo, and you'll see like the metal glowing hot as it like mends itself. And she's going to use Sparing Touch to clear 2 hit points from Hilo.
Okay.
While that's happening. Yeah. Pazu. Pazu's moving in for the other acolyte.
Okay.
Because they've been kind of staggered, right?
He is not doing well. Yeah.
Took some damage. Okay.
Yes.
So Pazu lands a 23 with hope. Or maybe it's my hope.
Well, you get hope, right? You would get the hope.
Yeah.
Then that would definitely hit.
What is Pazu doing? Is Pazu like pouncing or?
I think so, because I'm picturing the acolyte has been like staggered, fell to one knee, and Pazu is leaping on from. he had been sort of outside the cluster of people from where I jumped off his back. And
I was just
now
going to say, can Sal kind of like be crouched behind the other acolyte as Pazu, like just for flavor, as Pazu jumps, just to make it a real tripping situation.
So Acolyte falls down as Pazu leaps on top of Acolyte, slashing Acolyte's face.
So basically, Pazu is pouncing at the acolyte, and Sal was just going to kind of see Pazu coming and just kind of like crouch behind the acolyte to give Pazu like a further momentum. It's just flavor.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, so you very much succeed. Pazu lands on this acolyte. The acolyte trips over Sal. And as the acolyte kind of like hits the ground, like smack, you actually just hear kind of like a sort of like a combination of if you like had like a rock and you were hitting a watermelon, because it's kind of like rock on mush on like cracking and like flesh, as the head also hits the hard floor, just like smushes a little bit. And that guy's also very dead.
Don't step in the brain juices.
This is now, I guess, so you kind of move them a little bit further out. So, I mean, Canderson is within, in various places, I guess, kind of like probably in close range to most of you in different areas. So, I guess before I go ahead and move Canderson about, does anybody want to make sure? So I think that Pazu is off kind of in one corner. Is Yriel kind of with Pazu?
Yeah, within... I mean, I just kind of assumed that we were all
pretty close by, right?
Within very close range.
Okay. So Hilo is standing in one spot. I guess Bogha, she hasn't moved that I know of. So Bogha, she'd be kind of still Hilo-ish area.
By the entrance, because I rolled forward.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep. And then
I'm by Hilo.
And you're by Hilo. Okay.
And Pazu rolled with Hope.
Yep. Okay. So you guys can, players can go ahead.
After the sound of brain fluid
squishy,
splashing out on the floor, Yriel remembers that she's got water grenades attached to her belt and rips one off and throws it at Canderson, because the whole idea was to bring water to fight fire instead of fire to fight fire.
The water balloon hits Canderson. Nothing happens. This is not a flame creature or a creature made out of flame. This one is solid and standing in front of you. It does not, do a thing to Canderson.
But now you look dumb and wet.
Yes.
Nice.
Canderson does look dumb, wet, and dripping. That part is indeed true. You do kind of hear like little like, because Canderson's skin is warm enough and there's some steam coming off of it. But no, that will not do it for Canderson. Sorry.
Does it? The other attacks seem to not hit Canderson. Does it look like the water hits Canderson though? Like, did something change with the defeat of the acolytes? Sal would be looking to see if anything was different.
You definitely notice that the water seems to connect differently than the attacks did before.
Okay.
After Svetlana finishes healing Hilo, she's going to kneel down behind him, kind of almost using him like as a shield a little bit, while she takes a healing potion out of her backpack, and she'll drink that and regain 2 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Now my ability is, Hilo, you are my shield.
Well, that's a different.
Sal is going to push himself
Just pick him up and start walking with him.
Yeah.
Sal's going to push himself up to his feet and make a lunge for Canderson's staff to try to wrench it from his hands.
Ooh, okay.
I will be using pick and pull to give me advantage to steal it from him.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll for this? Is the question.
Let's do.
I have a feeling I know the answer, and it's going to be a bad thing because it makes sense. But
I mean, it sounds like it should be strength.
Okay, yep, works for me. I have a negative.
assist?
I have a -1 for strength. So to be clear,
But you're getting
Can I
advantage.
assist?
Oh, yay.
You're already
mean-
getting advantage, so.
Okay, here we go. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. We hate to see this. That's a 12 with fear. With the advantage.
Baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't take the negative one. That's an 11 with fear.
With the advantage?
Yes.
Good God. What did you roll?
Add
The rally die?
add my prayer die.
Badly.
I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I'm just saying, I was thinking it's got to be like a 20. I mean,
okay.
I was setting it high.
So Sal is currently holding on to the staff for dear life and has done nothing to remove it from the guy's hand.
I just kind of picture Sal like, and then Canderson kind of just like looking down, like, wait a second, because Canderson's, fairly large, like I'd say more like 7-8 feet tall, like again, very large, like fungal.
Yeah.
And sees this, rivet right on the staff, and actually just literally raises the staff with both hands. It just goes and tries to like chuck Sal right off of the staff. And could you make an agility reaction roll?
Sure.
Can I try to catch him?
Certainly can. So I was going to say, so Sal, I mean, you're fairly agile, but I don't know if you're quite ready for this. So I'll set that at a 15. And then if Svetlana wants to catch you, I'll just say if Sal succeeds, Svetlana can catch you. And then let's see what happens there. I guess actually take advantage because Svetlana's trying to catch you.
Thank God.
Thank God. Thank core.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. The advantage was a 1. Oh. Okay, so I
can use my prayer die if needed.
That's an 11. Hear me out. I
said it was a 15, I believe, right?
Yeah, hold on, hear me out. As I'm being thrown, can I attempt to grab the staff with my long tongue as I start to fly across the room?
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay, I'm going to mark a stress to do this.
Never give up.
I'm going to mark a stress to do this because it seems very funny that I'm like starting to just fly across the room and try to grab the staff on my way away. So I'm just going to keep rolling.
Oh, you found mushrooms.
Yeah, was that the last roll with fear, by the way? I forget.
It was a reaction roll, you said, so it doesn't...
The one before that, the trying to grab the thingy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you marked a stress to grab it with your tongue?
I did, yeah, and that is finally something valuable.
Okay.
That's a 20 with fear to grab the staff as I'm being thrown from it.
Okay. So, I mean, the tongue, I guess, comes out and kind of holds on a little bit and changes the trajectory just like a little bit, so that as you start to fly, it's like your tongue just kind of like stretches like a little bit further than you'd like. You're like, but then you know to let it go. And fortunately, as you do so, it's kind of like a rubber band effect. Like it's like, and you come flying and smack into Svetlana's chest and feel the warmth of her core's light right there in her arms and land.
And Sal's just gonna go, oh, I think I'm gonna stop doing something because it's not working.
There.
That's good. That's great.
Hilo says, "You're getting better, though."
I'll spend a couple of fear. And I'm spending 2, so that way I'm just gonna go right back up to Hilo. Poor Hilo, just getting flamed on all the time, and spits those flames out. What's it called? Once again towards Hilo, attempting to hit with the staff, and it actually totally whiffs and misses. And as it whiffs and misses, Canderson goes take a swing with the staff again, as like a sort of quick follow-up attack, connects with Hilo that time, and gets...
So is the staff a melee ranged weapon?
Yes.
So he entered my circle again?
Yes.
2d12.
Yes.
Is it okay if Sal is like slightly comforted by the fact that of all the things he's messed up in the last 30 seconds, at least he didn't miss someone with a burst of fire?
Take a hope. You should.
Yes.
The staff hit does 10 damage, Hilo.
Okay. I will take a hit point, and the rune area does 14.
14. Okay. Suddenly, much to the surprise of all of you, you see Canderson flinch and take a step back, and as he's knocked backwards, then sort of like stumbles back, and you see damage taken on Canderson for the first time, and you almost see Canderson just as surprised by it as all of you are.
Would Bogha notice this?
Oh yeah.
I reckon she would. Oh yeah. He bleeds! We can kill him!
Sal pushes himself back up to his feet as Bogha says this, knife in hand.
Hilo says to Canderson, "Stop hitting yourself."
Which what's it called? Was that an ability or is that just flavor?
No, that was just flavor. I've already used my ability. So.
He hit
No,
himself
so there I was
with
like,
the rune.
yeah, I was just like, I was like, wait a second. I was like, maybe that could be like something that I don't know. And
Yeah.
but Hilo, can you go ahead and make another presence reaction roll for me?
Sure. Oh no, that one's not that great. 11 with hope.
Okay. And then all of a sudden, though, you find that the words that Canderson had said to you earlier and you kind of brushed off, they start to come back to your mind. And the along with that is the sudden fear of flames, I believe we've talked about before. Is that correct? Am I remembering that right, Hilo?
That he was starting to develop in this adventure, yes.
Yes, and the fear of flames, and suddenly you notice that the room is still alight in all these areas, and granted, it hasn't actually kind of like touched you, but suddenly it starts to settle in, and then the idea of you potentially becoming, yourself Scorchborn starts to kind of mingle and work its way in your mind, and you notice when you look up that now Canderson's eyes are looking directly into yours, and you see kind of like little like flames within them. And you take a stress, and Hilo is also now vulnerable. And suddenly, Canderson looks stronger, as though he was never hit in the first place.
How dare.
Yeah.
Did we notice this going on for Hilo?
No. You would see him look stronger again, but...
Yeah, you're behind Hilo, and so you and Sal are right behind Hilo. And so I think the only one who might have been able to see might have been Yriel if they were on the other side, but I'm not sure quite on their spacing.
I'm gonna peek out from behind Hilo after catching Sal, and I'm going to take my axe out of its sheath and throw it at the priest, attempting to slash him. And that is a 11 and a 7, so 18 plus 3, 21 to hit.
Oh, you have an advantage on top of that. You definitely
Oh,
you nail it.
Yeah. And that does 2d8 plus 7 magical damage. So that's a 2.
Was that hope or
3,
fear?
so
I don't think
5.
you said
Hope. That was hope.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 plus 7, 12 damage. Magic damage.
12 magic damage.
Yes.
Suddenly you see the axe. You threw it, correct?
Yes, and it'll return to me.
Nice. Goes right around. You see a slice open up on Canderson's sort of like chest, like right around maybe one of the shoulders. You see a little bit of kind of like greenish blood sort of start to drip from the wound a bit, and then your axe comes back to you, and you see the blood sort of dripping down the edge of your axe, and it's actually like emitting like a little bit of like smoke. But hey, that was a hope. So players, you got it.
Sal's still kind of shaken from everything he's tried, and it's like, Bogha, can you do anything?
She's gonna be racking her brain. Like, what can I do in this moment?
Maybe while
she's gonna
I was gonna say while Canderson is focused, I feel like the way I'm picturing it is that Yriel and Pazu would be behind Canderson as he's focused on Hilo, Svetlana, Sal, and Bogha behind all of them, like kind of grouped up that way. I could try to distract Canderson if Bogha needs a moment.
How far away would say Canderson would be in probably close range, right? If he's near Hilo?
Yeah, within this room, it's going to be pretty... There's not many spots where you'd be in far range unless you were at, like, opposite sides of the room. Like, it's not, that big. So, yes, you'd be in close.
I'm going to try advance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just yell to Yriel, distract him! Well,
Yriel...
I try to get
Yriel's
real close.
Sword comes back up. And she's lunging toward Canderson's back with spending a hope to make Canderson the ranger's focus if it lands. So
nice.
That is 16 with fear.
So I'll happily take the fear, but you succeed. So you definitely becomes Ranger's focus. So you got that.
Okay, and then with 15 damage.
15?
Yes.
Nice. You stab this time, and you're kind of in your head. I feel like Yriel will just be like, yes, because you have it slash and land, and you see blood start to emerge. And it feels that good because before you were not able to succeed. And you can also, you see kind of like a twinge of sort of like something deeper. It's not just the damage. You can tell that there's kind of like distress along with that as well, meaning that Canderson's marking a stress along with the Ranger's focus. And I know it was with fear, but I'll still let Bogha jump in if you'd like.
Lovely. As Bogha gets into close range, she's gonna.
So wait, Bogha, you want to get into close range?
Oh, sorry, very close range.
Very close.
That's what. Yeah.
Could I offer a silly idea?
Okay.
Would you like to fly over there?
Is Maz gonna fly? Is Maz gonna fly Bogha in?
Maz could fly Bogha in. I'm just saying.
It's hot frog drop.
So Maz kind of sees Bogha ready to go and sort of like flaps her wings, like looks up and is like, and like offers to pick Bogha up and goes to grab Bogha and starts flapping to get Bogha up in the air. And then you tell me how you'd like Maz to do this thing.
Honestly, I just want launched at Canderson's face.
Okay.
I want to obscure his vision with my froggy body.
So is there an attack in this, or you're just like hugging? Or are you just hugging Canderson's face?
I'm gonna be going down with my short staff in front of me.
So you're gonna hit Canderson in the face with your short staff.
With pretty much. Like try to use my body weight to give him a good crack along the nose.
Nice. Can you give me your attack roll?
You can. 15. That's an 18 with fear.
Okay, I'll take the fear. You still, you connect very much so. And by the way, as you roll damage, can you also roll an extra D8? Because as Maz flies you up in the air towards Canderson's face, you get a little extra momentum to get a little wacky whack, and smack. So
fantastic.
Wacky whack and smack. There's the title of the episode.
Get whacked.
I mean, Michael is here for
I feel like I can picture is it Ice-T being like, the kids are calling it wacky whack. It's basically just Ice-T. It's Ice-T, right?
Ice-T from the actor rapper.
He's he's from like Law and Order, where he always talks about the meme is like him naming weird drugs. That's the whole thing, right? Okay, just want to make sure.
Look at Teacher getting a pop culture reference.
That's the second one today.
Weird.
Aye, Scotty.
Nice. Nice.
I think I need to mark a stress.
So
Yeah. Right. Hilo's never coming back, everybody.
so I rolled for 20.
Ooh.
20 damage?
20 damage.
Oh, nice. Was that with the
20
D8?
magical damage, technically.
Yeah, was that with the D8 or no?
That was with the D8, yeah.
With the extra one, okay. Very nice.
'Cause
Very
I
nice.
rolled 3 D8s.
Ooh.
So
Well,
you
I
rolled...
rolled 2 D8s, then that extra D8.
Got it. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So, what does that look like? Because suddenly this rather fearsome looking creature now suddenly is like not looking nearly as strong in that quick of a turn of time that it was. Canderson was up there, moving around, strong, and now suddenly seems much less so. So, what does that look like as your ribbit itself smacks into Canderson's face?
It's like my legs are all stretched to like towards the same way. My two hands like grasping the stick on either side. Like so it has a like both of the ends my hands are grabbing. I'm just as I fall, I target that towards like the bridge of his nose.
Nice.
And just like
Nice.
crack with the body weight and I guess the momentum from Maz.
Nice.
The Mazmentum.
Froggy weight.
In the froggy weight. So, are you landing and then staying on Canderson, or are you kind of like landing on the ground?
I'm gonna land and stay on Canderson.
And stay on Canderson? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you land on Canderson, and then Canderson actually starts to fall down on kind of like one knee, both startled by that strong smack in the face. And it was also kind of like alarmed and taken aback as Maz was flying, kind of by. And so you're being thrown about, Bogha, as kind of like Canderson falls to one knee. So could you just make I guess it'd be an agility reaction roll for me to see if you can stay on or keep hold of Canderson? I'll set it at I don't think a 12. I mean, Canderson was just hurt. I don't think it's super hard, but
Well, that's a 20.
oh, nice. Okay, so you successfully hold on to Canderson, and it's kind of odd though. So as Canderson falls down to the one knee, suddenly you begin to hear a song in your ears, Bogha.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like voices, like singing, seemingly kind of coming from nowhere. There's nobody else in there, and then you start to look around, and you don't see anybody, and then you kind of start to look at your companions all throughout, and you start to notice that they're also looking around as well. And then suddenly everybody within the room begins to hear these voices kind of singing like an off-putting sort of chorus, and you can't quite make out what the language is, but it sounds similar to some of the Scorchborn sort of language that you've heard before. Yep. There you go. And you see Canderson then look up because poor Hilo here is still the one. And goes to
Still the one. Sorry.
Goes ahead, and so Canderson's a bit hurt. And starts to spew flame out of the staff, but because Canderson fell down, was a bit hurt, does not successfully do so at Hilo, just kind of like spurts off in the wrong direction. Yeah, and has a frog in its face. And then you see Canderson, though, struggle to then kind of get itself back together. And then this time, though, is able to sort of realign itself and hone in on Hilo to spew the flame out. And I'm going to say that it definitely succeeds because I did just roll a nat 20 on that one.
Ooh.
So
I was about to impose a ribbit disadvantage, but
yeah. If it wasn't anything, I mean, I didn't expect to roll a crit.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm vulnerable, right? So what does that mean?
So that would just mean I roll an
shield.
additional d6.
Okay.
But I don't
I am your
need
shield.
to. And if you want to do the shield? Okay.
So no, hold on. You don't need to do the shield because I actually.
You sure?
I have a moment here. Just a sec. Because
As I
he's like
start
trying
to go in front of
he's like
Hilo,
trying to-
Hilo shoves me out of the way.
Yeah, Hilo pulls up his hand like, and because he's been looking like focused on this guy with his eyes, and as the flame comes out that he's not happy with, the flame in his own eyes that was kind of echoing the flame from the priest's eyes goes away, and he spends a hope to use arcane deflection on this attack.
Ooh.
What does that do?
Negates the damage of an attack targeting you or an ally. So he basically says, "No, I know friends of Core. You are not among them."
You actually, that's great. You actually like see what was an attack that he felt was going to be nailed and kind of like devastating. You actually see his body kind of physically drain. So it's not that Canderson took damage, but you can tell that the faith that Canderson has in Core has maybe been shaken. And suddenly maybe what Canderson thought was so certain is not so much anymore.
Can I...
What?
Can Sal see this and turn to Svetlana and kind of in this moment say, Svetlana, I know that you've been going through it and I know that this has been hard, but you are so much more than this, than him, and I trust you, and everyone here trusts you, and you brought us here to save Maz, and I think it's time that we do that. And Sal is essentially like slowing down to this moment just a second, and he would like to initiate a tag team role with Svetlana. So spend 3 hope.
As she hears his words, she starts glowing brighter and brighter and brighter the more inspired she is by his words. How do you want to do this?
Sal pulls his blade out and walks with Svetlana to Canderson, and he is just going to support her attack with anything that he can do. So I picture them walking up together and Svetlana getting in melee range and then them just both attacking him together, but Svetlana can add whatever she would like.
I mean, as that happens, you see Maz land right beside you, kind of motions at the wings again, is like, you want to ride?
Can she carry both of us?
I mean, Maz definitely got a lot bigger. Could definitely get Sal, let's say, because Svetlana's big.
Yes.
So what I was wanting to do is, so my initial plan was this, but then I realized this doesn't make a lot of sense for a tag team role. So stick with me here. I don't know how we want to resolve this, but as Sal takes Svetlana's hands, I was wanting him to spend a stress and make her invisible. And then as Svetlana is invisible, Sal turns to Canderson and says, I don't think you understand that real faith isn't something that you can see. And in that moment, Svetlana invisibly is just going to attack him.
She is wielding her axe, and you hear it as it spins around her as she kind of winds herself up. It's vroom, 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 and then finally connects. And that is, that's a great roll. A 12 with hope and a 9 with fear. So that's 21 plus 3. So 24 plus the d6 for advantage. That's a 6. So
I think it's enough.
Yeah, she hits.
Yes.
As it connects, you don't see her or the axe, but you see the glow emitting from the contact of where it hits him in the neck. And she's going to roll.
Also,
2d8.
to be clear, after I still need to roll to attack as well for this tag team attack. But after her blade hits him in the neck, then Sal's advanced returning blade would wedge itself into the exact same spot.
I just rolled 2 7s, plus
Nice.
7. So that's a 21 damage.
Wait, you rolled
like almost the
2
maximum,
7s plus 7, 21. Okay.
Yeah. Almost the maximum amount of damage I could do. So that was awesome. Is there something I add for the tag team?
Well, I get to roll my full damage and then add it to your damage.
And then we just add
As long as everything that I've done is okay with the GM. I just want to be clear that
I'm good.
I love it.
All right, so the returning blade is going to go into the same wound that Svetlana just cut. Oh, this is not good.
You should have let Maz pick you up.
That was just 9 extra damage from Sal's blade.
So that goes up to 30?
Total.
30 total. You suddenly have the voices in your ears grow louder and louder. Canderson falls down to the ground, barely able to stand, and suddenly as the voices grow louder and louder, it's like starts to become piercing in everybody's ears within the entire room, and everybody in the room loses a hope. Then suddenly the voices stop just as quickly as they had grown that loud. Canderson looks up, says, You can never defeat me. And the true power of Kor, we will return. And suddenly he falls down, dead, and fades away. Actually, just fade away turns into ash, more so.
Svetlana looks around to her friends, nods at each of them, and says, "And we'll be ready."
And no one sees her nod because she's still invisible. Even Sal's like, "Oh my god, who said
Who's
that?"
now just standing there covered in ash.
Is that what Kor sounds like?
Exactly. It's exactly what Kor sounds
like. For the moment, Sal can let the invisibility drop, and so to not steal from Svetlana's moment. I just was making a joke.
And the room, the flames that are present around the room suddenly begin to disappear, and they kind of like fade away into the ground, much the same as Canderson himself did. But you're all left with a sense that although the body turned to ash, that perhaps that's not the end, or maybe there's somebody else or something else. The room, though, suddenly doesn't feel hot and uninviting. It doesn't feel overwhelmingly so, but it actually feels like a comfortable warmth that you could go back to and imagine in some of the best moments that you can think back in your own life with those who have been near you, and when you've been with those who are close by. And as that happens as well, you see Maz with her new found wings and seemingly healed self starts to rejoin people in the party, embracing some of them, even though Maz is not really much of a hugger, obviously, as long as, those folks are okay with it. And, you see Maz, her chest now glowing with the light of Kor as well. And like a very different person.
Sal is going to walk up to Maz and stick out his hand. "Hey, We kind of haven't met, but I've been following you for a while, I guess you could say. I'm Sal.
Maz puts a hand out and accepts the handshake, looks around kind of at everybody, and then looks down at Sal. Says, I could see you do good work. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for helping my friends and helping me.
You've got good friends here. They've taken me in, even in the moments where maybe my ideas are a little bit outside of my abilities.
Svetlana will step up behind Sal and put a hand on his shoulder and say, we've all got good friends. Indicating that we're not just Maz's friends, we are Sal's friends as well. And then I look to Maz and I say, and you, I'm glad you're alive, but you've got some explaining to do.
Maz kind of like looks at the two new wings and is like, like I don't.
So what happened? What the note in the? Did you try? Tell what? Sal's just kind of like starting and stopping sentences over and over because like I saw you go and you didn't seem like you were in danger, but you look like you were in danger now. What happened?
So I originally left because they had found when we were in that dungeon, some of those folks had given me a note and shared that somebody I deeply cared about was in trouble. It was somebody that I had once loved. And I left to try to save her and ended up in Kraken's Harbor. And that's where, well, sometimes I get into trouble.
Sal looks to Yriel.
Yriel.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, Yriel interjects, like cocking her head to the side. Sometimes.
maybe all the time, but I went there for the right reasons. They said that Maria was in trouble. She works at the bar in Kraken's Harbor. I don't know if you guys met Maria Vex. Insert, by the way, that's the character that was in Kraken's Harbor at the tavern. And she's like, yep. Then when I was there and I went to go see what was happening, I found her and everything was fine. And then it seems like the whole thing was fabricated. And then when I went to go leave, well, I ran into some not so friendly people. And that's what you call a maznapping. It was a very bad maznapping. And I ended up down here. I don't even remember the journey. I think they must have drugged something or putting something in my drink at the bar. And it went from there. And next thing you know, they were torturing me and hurting me. And some of the people here were here willingly and happily. What they're trying to do is try to get more people to join their side. They truly believe in what they're doing. And I think that there are more of them out there. I don't know if they're here or I don't know exactly where. But, you know, I think one of the things I found was that Coors Light is real. That warmth that it offers. Something I've been missing in my life all this time. I saw Svetlana with it, the certainty and the sureness. And I always wished for something like that in my life. And although I found that this was the distorted version, the perverse version of Coors Core and Coors Light, that there was something there. And as Svetlana placed her hands upon me, I was transported to a place that I can't really put into words. I felt it. And now, I think I'm better off not just with my friends, but better off than I ever was. And now I know who I am and what I would like to do and what I need to do.
And what do you need to do, Maz?
I need to spread that warmth and love and justice where needed, but mostly the warmth and love. Because that's what core truly is.
You are right. And thank you for reminding me of that. On this journey, I felt like maybe I had lost my way, but seeing you here and seeing the light of Core and how it has helped you and helped us to come and rescue you, it has renewed me. And I only hope that we can spread this word to others. And maybe some others in this group can feel it as well.
Even if we only save one person, like I was saved, we have succeeded.
Amen.
This has been very nice. Should we perhaps leave? I'm sick of this place.
Very astute, Bogha.
Sal kind of like looks around and is like, I'd burn this place down if I didn't think they'd like it.
Yriel's reaching into her nomadic pack to pull out a canteen or a flask full of water, and she looks down at the ashes of this evil man that kidnapped and tortured her friend and just splashes water all over the ashes. Yep.
Sal joins by just spitting on the ashes. Just
Svetlana also
Your tongue
spits
okay?
on the
Your
ashes.
tongue okay, Sal?
I don't want to talk about it. It's not. It'll be fine.
Hilo kind of steps forward and like smudging the ashes a little bit. Like he's not happy with this person either. Just get the water in there. And then he goes over to Maz and puts a hand on their shoulder and says, I may need you to repeat some of that. I'm not sure I got all of your words of encouragement correctly.
Amazing.
Oh, Hilo. Don't ever change. Don't ever change.
That's a funny thing for Maz to say, isn't it?
Encouragement.
Why would I?
Correctly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great.
You are correct.
On that note, I think Bogha is right. Shall we get out of here? I believe we have a monkey to avenge.
And Sal would fill Maz in on everything that happened with Toko on the boat.
As we make our way out.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a good stopping point for everybody, but I feel like that.
So one last thing I would add as we're wrapping up is that Sal would tell the party, I'm sorry to do this. Well, there's something so important going on, but I need to go find Amira, and I need to meet her and apologize and make amends. But I know that you are in good hands with each other, and I know we'll see each other again soon. And he would go around and he would kind of give everybody a little hug, just a little small, shy hug. I think with Svetlana, he would maybe give a little bit of a longer hug because I feel like they kind of had more moments. But that would be Sal's exit for the time being.
Travel well, Sal.
And Svetlana is, yes, farewell, Sal. Svetlana will look around to the rest of the party and say, I know that there's going to be much more danger in the future, and I know where I'm headed, and I feel it in my heart. I must avenge Toko and get to the bottom of the cruelty that was had against him prior in his life. And I totally understand you each have your own paths And if you don't wish to go forward with me, I understand. Will you join me?
I think there's no place I feel safer than with you, I suppose.
Likewise, my friend. We keep each other safe.
Maz steps up and says, "Let the light of core guide us."
Yriel says, I'm watching you.
Because, yeah, she always is. Always is.
Seems like a pretty good place to wrap it up.
Yay!
The end of the Scorchborn Saga. I can't believe we did it.